Hey guys, and welcome to our Sunday check-in. This little girl that I have here with me, this is Jaslyn, and she is actually going to a new home as soon as it warms up. And so I wanted to show her on here. Where are you going? This is Jaslyn. And so Rocky off of Morph Market, thank you so much for purchasing her. She's going to do great things at your house. She's doing awesome here. So yeah, that's who's joining me this week. Sorry for missing last week, guys. It was a little crazy. We've had a lot of stuff going on, and I'll catch you guys up. So first off, 2 weeks ago, we were supposed to go to the Asheville Repticon show, and because of the snow, it got canceled, which sucks, or got rescheduled. So we're hoping to be able to. It got rescheduled for. Let me slow down. It got rescheduled for February 14th, that weekend of Valentine's Day weekend. So if you guys are in the Asheville area, they did reschedule that show for the Repticon. However, we were already vending a show here in Knoxville for the Show Me Show here locally in Knoxville. And so we'll be at that show on that weekend of Valentine's Day. Come here. And so we weren't able to do the reschedule. So we are on the wait list for the Asheville show in June. So we're praying that we'll be able to get a table in June. Thankfully, we did not lose we did lose power during that storm, but only for a little bit. So praise God to all the linemen that were out working and all the electrical people that were working in the wee hours of the night, because we lost power at like 3:00 in the morning. I woke up when it must have just went out, and I didn't know how long it was going to be out. So I woke my husband up, and we moved all the ASFs from the garage into the house, which was crazy. And then probably about 45 minutes after we moved all of them in, the power came back on. So thankfully the snakes weren't without power too long. If you guys are in a situation where you think you might lose power and you don't really have a generator to your snake room yet, or your reptiles, one of the things that you can do, I guess the sun's getting in my face. One of the things that you can do is, what we did is not feed your reptiles if you know you might have a potential of losing power a couple days before where there might be a power outage. That way, if they do, you don't want them to have food in their bellies, because if they don't have enough heat to digest their food, that can cause some serious problems. So we had our snakes fast, and then they did great. So everybody did great. We didn't have any eggs in the incubator to worry about that last weekend. We do have a clutch of eggs in the incubator this weekend, so that's fantastic. We got 6 beautiful eggs from our mom that is a clown het VPI, and the sire was a VPI Cypress Pastel het clown. So those eggs are in the incubator, and it's going to be awesome. So that's what happened last week. This week we got snow. During the ice storm, my mother-in-law and I decided that we were going to start looking for houses in a way where if we could find a house where we could all move in together, my husband's parents and us, to help help with them as they're getting older. And we did find a house, which is super crazy. So within 6 days of looking, we found a house and put in an offer. So we absolutely will be moving, which is nuts. So stay tuned for the content of that, for that content coming out. We will have at least 3 clutches of eggs in the incubator by the time we move. So I will be posting ideas on how we're going to move the eggs while they're still in the eggs. So I think one of the things I'm going to do right now, my thought process, and one of you guys out there, if you aren't, let me know if you have any ideas. But we were going to make a cooler incubator and get that up and going. And then the day before we move, we're going to put the eggs in the incubator, have the mover men move our permanent incubator, get it back up to temp, get it set up back up to temp, and then put the eggs back into that incubator. I think that's how we're going to do it. So let me know if you guys have any other questions. We're only moving 30 minutes away. So there's that. And then moving all the animals, we're going to move those. The movers aren't going to move those. So that's all going to be super crazy and coming up, and a lot of fun content, I'm sure. So if you guys have any suggestions, if you moved a large collection of snake before, I would appreciate it if you dropped it in the comments or just reached out to me on social media, any of my social media platforms, for tips and tricks. That would be fantastic, because this isn't something we've done before. So that's happening. We are absolutely doing the Show Me Show coming up in the February. Rocky, this is your beautiful snake. So there was another fun moment that I had with my sons this week, where we were talking about love and how love is an action and it is not a feeling. And my son, I said there was a lot of things that we tied together when we were talking about this, but love is an action, it's not a feeling. It comes off as an aroma. The Bible tells us it comes off as a pleasing aroma to the Lord when we are worshiping and loving with him. And I said, how do you know if you had your eyes closed that a car is moving past you? And he said, it's because you could feel the wind. You could feel how fast it's going from the wind. And I said, that's absolutely right. That's what love is kind of like. When you do actions, you can send out a warm wind and the people around you feel comforted and warmed and comfortable and like with a hug without hugging them. That's what love is. And we can all choose in every moment to act lovingly or not. And if we're not acting lovingly, then the absence of that warm breeze or that warm wind is cold. And that's how we turn our hearts cold to people. And when the Bible talks about having a heart of stone, you've just allowed your heart to be super cold, that it is frozen or hardened because there's no warm, loving action moving through there. So let's try to be more like a warm wind to everybody around. Let's try to send out some warm vibes. There's definitely a difference being in this bitter cold between a summer breeze and a windy gust. And let's all try to be more of a summer breeze to everybody. Nobody likes cold wind and chapped lips. So that is my thought of the day, of the week. That was fantastic message from the Lord, is let's go ahead and put more love, more warm wind, more warm breezes in our relationships and our connections with people. And if there's a chance where you can choose to be that warmth or be a bitter cold, let's choose warmth. And again, so that's what's happening this week. We're moving. That's going to be crazy. And we're vending shows. We also have shows coming up. So that we have the Show Me Show in February and the AARPE show in March. We're so excited to be vending the Nashville AARPE show. Another thing that we're doing, guys, is talking about spreading the love and spreading the warmth. My sweet friend Ashley at Catalina Morph Mixers, she's struggling right now. She had a medical issue that caused her to not be able to work. She for the last few months, and things are just getting tight now. So there is a t-shirt campaign and a GoFundMe campaign. So if you guys want to jump in and help her out with that, that would be greatly appreciated. She's a single mom with 2 kids and she's figuring it out, but things are getting tight. So if you feel compelled to give, if you have the means to give, we'll have the links for the t-shirt campaign and her GoFundMe campaign in the description. We're going to move with the sun. Here we go. In the description below. And also, like, the shirt campaign is kind of cute. On the front, it says, His Happens. Mother Ducker, His Happens. So it's a really cute shirt. So I'll have all of that in there. I've already ordered a zip-up hoodie, which is really fun. So as soon as that comes in, I'll be wearing it in one of the videos. But this is not a short-term issue. She's been struggling with this since last June. So don't feel like if you can't give now that you won't be able to give in a couple months. This is going to be a long-term thing for her. So reach out, follow her on Morph Market, follow her on Instagram, follow her on YouTube. She has a YouTube video. She's awesome and amazing and super funny and such a light. And so if you guys have a heart to give and help her out, that would be amazing. And let me know if you do. That'd be fantastic. So until the next time, you guys go out, touch some grass, have some fun. Remember just how much you're loved. This little girl's so funny. Oh, she's coming out. She's in my hair. Do you see her? See you guys.